Good evening and welcome to St. Joseph, Missouri, home of Phil Welch Stadium, home of your St. Joseph Mustangs. The Mustangs are your 2024 Mink League champions! Good evening and welcome inside Phil Welch Stadium, the home of your St. Joseph Mustangs. Mustangs once again taking on the Nevada Griffons in game number 2 of their 2-game stint here in this week's homestand. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I'm Jackson Phelps, joined next to me my partner tonight, Truman Griesel. And the Mustangs coming off a 7-game win streak off of last night's win, 10-3 against the Griffons. They're looking to do the same exact thing. That puts the Griffons at a 5-game losing streak. Like we mentioned last night, Truman. Two teams, two different ends of the tape, and both teams looking ahead these next couple weeks, getting close to the playoffs.
I mean, after tonight, it's just 1 week left in the regular season, so every win matters. Mustangs' magic number right now to clinch that #1 seed, 6-6. Meanwhile, the Griffons just 2 games ahead of the Bombers and risk falling out of the playoffs in general. Both these teams saw each other last night. We saw a close game. Griffons unraveled late. Really was the defense that played the biggest part in the game, Jackson. I mean, both teams made a lot of errors, but it was the Griffons' errors that cost them the most. I mean, that's where you got to start. You got to start the fundamentals of defense because Nevada sure pitched well. They pitched good enough to win. They just couldn't come through with that big hit, and they made too many errors behind their pitchers.
Defense was a big issue last night. Teams looking to get the sloppiness figured out on the defensive side. Once again, another Mink League matchup here Saturday night. St. Joseph School District night here at Phil Welch. Fireworks following the game. We got a packed night here at Phil Welch once again. Mustangs looking for 8-game win streak and looking to go 3-0 on the homestand. Once again, Jackson Phelps, Truman Griesel will be right back with starting lineup, starting pitchers here on YouTube. National Anthem has been played. We're going to get a look at tonight's starter for your Mustangs. It'll be Mr. Ian Dittmer, just making his third appearance in his third start on the season. Currently 0-0 on the win-loss record. Only 3-2 innings pitched, an ERA of 22.09 and a K-walk ratio of 5-8. Rough two first starts, Truman, for him. He's looking for a redemption night here against the Griffons.
Well, he hadn't pitched in a while before coming here late to this season to join this Mustangs roster. He's been knocking off the rust. It's just been the command. He gave up 5 runs on 6 hits last time out against Carroll. Only made it 3 innings, but 5 walks with those 6 hits. So that's 11 base runners right there. If he can just limit the base runners, I really feel like he'll have a lot of success. He's not necessarily a strikeout guy, has the stuff to, but keep things on the ground, weak contact, let your defense play behind you.
We're going to get a quick look at that Nevada Griffons lineup. Leading off, it'll be Trey Burton. 2-hole and 3-hole to be Cole Collins and Jordan Rowe. The 4 and 5, Bryce Humphrey and Nick Kalen. The 6 and 7 and 8, it'll be Trenton Creek, Griffin Duvall, and Cal Cozens. And batting the 9-hole tonight, Ryan Welch. Dittmer trying to get a good start here. Last time out at Phil Welch, it was against the Sedalia Bombers in a thrilling 11-10 victory. Only made it 2 outs into the first inning. Just the 2 hits and 3 earned runs on his line there. But just looking to get back to himself as we had a standoff on the field after the national anthem. Did not see who won that, but we are just moments away from first pitch. Nevada just trying to get back on their feet. 5-game losing streak. And on the opposite side, the Mustangs riding high once again in the mink on a 7-game win streak. 28-5, your Mustangs overall, and 22-4. That's the Griffons 8-20. Overall, we're ready to see Mr. Trey Burton in the first appearance for Ian Dittmer tonight. So we're ready for Mustangs baseball once again on a beautiful Saturday night here at Phil Welch. Burton did not play in last night's game. Righty-righty matchup to start this ball game. First pitch swinging is Burton, and he muscles it into left field on a rope for the first pitch of the game is a single for the Griffons. And what a way to get it started for Burton.
That's what you got to do if you're Burton and you're this Nevada offense. I mean, you come in 1-6 in July, just averaging 4 runs per game in July and only 3 runs on the road. And a guy like Dittmer, again, he's just trying to find that strike zone and throw strikes. So being able to attack early, ambush those early pitches is a great approach to have.
Burton's 13th hit on the season. That next will be Cole Collins. Griffin's just going to have to go back over to Burton. Burton got a good lead over at first. Only the 5 stolen bases for him this season. Has been caught once on the base paths. Collins so far this season batting .276. One of the team's best hitters. Leads the team in hits and triples. Shows bunt sign on 1-0. He's going to lay it down, but it'll get foul, so quickly a ball and a strike on Collins.
And Nevada is a team. They'll play small ball. Again, I'm a little shocked. Collins being your best hitter, I'd like him just to see swing away, especially early in this game. I feel like there's no reason to really start playing small ball. Get it, Nevada, they're just trying to find runs. And again, saw the poor defense last night from the Mustangs. Again, trying to create the chaos that we've seen the Mustangs so accustomed to creating.
1-1, Dittmer delivers, swinging and fouling it off once again is Collins. Collins out of Southwestern Oregon Community College. Redshirt freshman this last spring, did not get any action. And originally out of Oakland, Oregon, so making all the way from the West Coast here to the mink. Finds himself in a 1-2 count on Dittmer. 1-2 pitch. Fouled off once again from Collins. Getting a good battle on Dittmer. Dittmer looking for that punch out with 2 strikes.
Burton going to have to get a good jump if he does want to steal. Dittmer going with the slide step. Doesn't have much of a leg kick, so you're really going to have to get a good jump and read breaking ball in the dirt if you can.
The 1-2 delivery to Collins. He's going to just squibble it over on the third base side and fouled off once again. Collins really making Dittmer work on him. Still a ball and 2 strikes on Collins. Collins also leads this team 26 strikeouts this season. So if there's a guy to try and punch out here for Dittmer on the first time, it's going to be Collins here. 1-2 pitch upstairs. Keeping a close eye on Burton at first. It'll be 2-2 on Collins. Collins yesterday did play 0 for 5 with an RBI. 3 strikeouts yesterday. 2-2 pitch from Dittmer is going to drill Collins in the back area. So early on, 2 straight runners with no outs for the Griffons to start out their line here in the first.
That's not if you want. If you're Dittmer, you had him down 1-2, and that fastball just ran too far inside. Would have liked to see him go to the breaking ball. Don't know, not sure if he was scared about Burton maybe swiping second and reading breaking ball, but that's just a pitch that got away from him. And again, it's those free passes that will really hurt Dittmer here tonight.
It'll be Jordan Rowe, 3-hole hitter tonight. Was also 0 for 5 yesterday with a run and an RBI. 2 strikeouts last night. Still no outs for the Mustangs. Dittmer. Rowe shows bunt. He's going to get it down just in front of Little at first. He's just going to get the force at 1 for the first out, but both base runners do move up an extra 90 feet, so runners on third and second with 1 out for the Griffons.
This is where now that small ball pays off. For Rowe, it was a great bunt. Got his eyes at barrel level and just saw that one all the way down, but it was a great job by Little fielding his position. Also Gundelfinger again, making only his 3rd start at second, heads up to understand where he's supposed to be on that bunt play and get over to first.
It'll be Bryce Humphrey batting the 4-hole tonight in a good RBI chance. Check swings for strike 1. Win across there. Dittmer now gets the out on the board. But a bad spot to be in to try and keep runs off the board. Humphrey 1 for 5 with an RBI last night. A 1 pitch to Humphrey. Once again goes around. And it'll be just before the plate, so it'll be a ball and a strike on Humphrey. Dittmer making Humphrey guess here. Out of Oakland City University, originally from Evansville, Illinois, Indiana. 1-1 pitch upstairs and in. 2 balls and a strike. Humphrey ahead early on Dittmer. Little playing shallow on the first base side. Felix also creeping in. 2-1 pitch is going to be chopped off the end of the bat. Coy's going to field it. He's just going to have to go to 1 for the second out. But Burton does come home for the first run on the ball game for the Griffons. 2 outs on the board here in the first.
That's just what we wanted out of Humphrey, just driving the run in any way he could. That ball had maybe been hit harder at Coy. Might have seen if Burton had put the brakes on, but it was just a great at-bat from Humphrey to drive in the first run and get the Griffons on the board first.
First RBI on the night for him. It's a 6-3. 2 outs on the board for Dittmer. It'll be Collins on third, but now Nick Kalen trying to drive yet another one in for the Griffons. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Kalen at a Frontier Community College, redshirted, originally from Louisville, Kentucky. 1-0 delivery from Dittmer. In the zone for strike 1. Evens it out at a ball and a strike. Kalen saw 29 games at Frontier Community College, batted .312, no home runs, 18 RBIs in 19 runs, 6 stolen bases for the Bobcats. One gets off the glove of Griffith, but he stays in front of it. 2 balls and a strike to Kalen.
Griffith got to be careful right there. He didn't really go down into the traditional catcher blocking, just try to scoop it, and that kind of is now the modern day of catching, which older catchers don't really like. It's the one-knee style, trying to scoop everything as if you're a first baseman or a middle infielder. Luckily, that one went towards third, but he's got to be careful. I'd like to see him really chest that ball up.
2-1 to Kalen. It's going to be squibbled over to short. Coy fields it in time. Strong throw over to first for the third out. 1 run does come home in the inning for the Griffons on 1 hit. 1 left on base. Dittmer just gives up the 1. Mustangs still sitting pretty going into their home half of the first. Mustangs down early 1-0 here on YouTube. Get a look at tonight's starter for the Griffons. It'll be Lucas Snyder, 4th appearance, first start on his season so far. Snyder, 4 and 2 innings pitched, just 2 hits, 5 earned runs. K-walk ratio, 3 strikeouts to 7 walks, and an ERA of 9.64. Mustangs looking to attack early, down 1-0 early on here in the first.
I think the most encouraging number for Snyder is that 125 opponent batting average. It shows, again, it's the walks that lead to the hit. I mean, it starts with command. If you don't have good command on the mound, you're really going to struggle, and so you could be like, well, how come I'm giving up so many runs but not very many hits? Because those walks are just leading to that one hit that's ended up scoring 2 or 3 runs. But we saw this last night out of Nevada. They went with a guy who hadn't made a start in Hayden Harris, and he gave them 6 innings. They're trying to see if Snyder can do the same, and it was a good 6 innings from Harris. I mean, again, it was just it was the poor defense behind him that I'm really looking to see if the Griffons can improve upon.
Griffons have been struggling recently the last couple of games on their away stand with those errors. Looking to clean those up tonight as we're going to get a look at tonight's Mustangs batting lineup. It'll be Logan Miller, Braden Lucart, Dom Felix, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It'll be Justin George, Frank Gall back tonight. At the 6 and 7, Chris Coy and Jaden Little. And at the 8 and 9, Parker Griffith and Tyler Gundolfinger. And it'll be Logan Miller to lead it off. Did not play in last night's game, got the night off, and he's back out in left field tonight. First batter to face Snyder on the mound. The first pitch to Miller. Inside for ball 1. Look to see Miller try and get on base to lead it off here in the inning for the Mustangs. It's how they become so lethal here this season. 1-0, and that's going to drill Miller. So just on the 1-0 count, he'll get to first on the hit by pitch, and the leadoff batter on for the Mustangs.
Those free passes I'm talking about from Snyder, whether it's the walks or the hit by pitches, when you're not making the Mustangs work to get on base, that's where you really get yourself in trouble, not only with the potential to have runs be scored, but also in your head, because you're really just trying to figure out where is that zone. Again, that one, it was just a fastball, ran too far inside. I like the approach to try and jam these right-hand hitters. You just got to find that edge.
Be Braden Lucart batting once again 2-hole tonight. Upstairs and out for ball 1. Lucart last night was 2 for 5, 2 runs and an RBI. He's been swinging the bat hot lately. 10-game hit streak riding here into tonight's game. St. Joe kid out of Missouri Southern. 1-0 also outside. Just quickly 2-0 to Lucart. Lucart in his last 5 games is 7 for 21 with 6 runs, 6 RBIs. Really been seeing the ball well. And a guy who also won on base. 2-0, and he's taking a hack, and he'll foul it off. 2-1 on Lucart. Look to see here on first base with Miller. Like we've been mentioning, coming off of that injury, we'll want to see how aggressive he's been. They haven't been too aggressive with him on the base paths.
I also haven't needed to necessarily. They've been getting a lot of hits, so there hasn't been the need to try and attempt those stolen bases.
And Lucart puts a deep drive into right field. That one's just going to hang up. Loud contact off the bat, just trails and dies in the Phil Welch graveyard for out number 1.
There's a lot of top spin on that ball. If he got some back spin on that one, might have carried a little bit more, but that ball is a sinking liner, and with how deep these outfielders play, knowing the power the Mustangs possess, unfortunately that's just a line out for Lucart.
It'll be Dom Felix batting 3-hole tonight, back at third base. Just the out on the board with Miller on first. Miller's dancing. First pitch upstairs to Felix for ball 1. Felix also got the night off last night, did not play. Looking to be productive here tonight, the Emporia State kid. And that's going to be a balk on Snyder. That'll move Miller over into scoring position at second base with 1 out. When Felix on the off the batter's box, definitely not the result you want.
And it's those little things that you can control as a pitcher on the mound. Snyder staying composed, not trying to rush. There's a thing between tempo and rushing, and right there was just rushing.
And there goes Miller over to third base. The throw down from Creek is in time for out number 2. And they catch Miller stealing over on third. Risky move. And it cost the Mustangs their second out. And now Felix, no runners on here in the first.
I definitely like the move there from Miller. I mean, again, just trying to put pressure and things of that nature, but it was just a better throw made by Creek. I mean, having to throw around Felix, and he put it right on the money.
Felix puts a muscled shot out into right field, but making the catch is Rowe for the second time in the inning. Mustangs go down quick, got the runner on, and Miller got caught stealing, and then the third out from Felix. So still no runs, no hits for the Mustangs. We're headed to the second inning here on YouTube. We'll get a look at how your Mustangs are lined up defensively tonight. In the outfield, it'll be Logan Miller in left, Braden Lucard in center field, and Frank Gall back in right field tonight. In the infield, Jaden Little back at first, Tyler Gundelfinger playing second, Chris Coy back at shortstop, and at third, Dom Felix. Catching tonight, Parker Griffith and his teammate tonight on the mound. Ian Dittmer. Dittmer, just the one hit, one run in the first. Can't be too mad at himself there. Just got to go back. I liked what I saw from him in the first. Just want to see the same exact thing here in the second.
Really, in the defensive end, it's Chris Coy that I feel like anchors his defense. They're coming off a season-high 4 errors from last night, but Coy was rock solid, and he's already made a couple plays. And he's a guy, again, one of the youngest players on this team, but definitely one of the leaders in terms of showing off the glove and making it just look really easy.
Does fundamentally, has the fundamentals there, the footwork, definitely knows how to get to balls. Over there at short, it'll be Trenton Creek leading it off here in the second inning, batting 6th hole tonight. Slider's going to be first pitch swing, and it'll go over to Coy at short. Another tough play and throw over at the back line of the infield from Coy, but he makes his third put out here in his first 2 innings for the first out.
As if I need to say anything more. I mean, that one deep in the hole at short didn't even get a good, not say oomph, but he basically had to plant his foot and throw, and that ball was on a line. That really shows there was no hump in that ball at all. The arm strength that that kid possesses is unfathomable.
It'll be Griffin Duval batting 7th hole tonight. 1 out on the board for the Griffons. First pitch from Dittmer. Once again, first pitch swinging is the Griffons. 0-1 on Duval. Did not play last night. So far this season.
And I said this again, with a guy like Dittmer who's just, again, trying to really find himself and regain that confidence. Swinging early in the count is what you want to do because he's trying to get ahead.
0-1 to Duval. Just misses the zone for ball 1. Duval so far this season batting 175, 57 at-bats, 10 hits, 7 RBIs. 1-1 pitch is upstairs. Duval goes ahead, 2 balls and a strike on Dittmer. Duval out of Three Rivers Community College. Freshman out of Brookland, Arkansas. Upstairs, in a good spot now, is Duval. 3 balls and a strike. Saw 41 games, batted 196 with 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, and 14 runs for the Raiders of Three Rivers. 3-1 from Dittmer. Finds the inside of the zone for strike 2. And now finds Duval at a full count.
For Dittmer, it's these counts. You got to win these full count. When you fall behind, you got to find ways to claw back in it. That was a great pitch right on that corner of the plate. Again, it's been 5 fastballs. Does he go with the breaking ball or stay with the heater?
Duval's going to put a sky flare over to the first base side. That'll get foul over near the clubhouse. It'll stay 3 balls and 2 strikes on Duval. Dittmer in another good battle here. Had a good one against Kalen. It's in that inning now. Finds himself a full count with the 1 out. Looking to battle here with Duval. Duval stands 6'1", 195 pounds. 3-2 is going to run inside on Duval, and a full count walk issued. Another base runner on for the Griffons.
I like the pitch location there from Dittmer, but again, when you're a guy who's been a little bit wild, the umpire, he's honestly not going to do you any favors because his eye level is being changed wherever he pitches in. That's why you got to really, it's got to be small misses. And again, that's a small miss, so it's not necessarily a good miss because you walk the batter, but it's those misses that you can build upon.
Location was there. First pitch to Cal Cozens is going to be strike 1. Cozens had an interesting night last night. 0 for 1 with a run and 3 walks. So definitely worked the count up on pitchers last night on the Mustangs. Duval with a healthy lead at first base. Cozens is going to muscle it into center field. Lukart giving chase in the shallow side, and he makes the catch for the 2nd out. A little bit of comfortability back for Dittmer on the mound.
That's what you like to see, because in that first start, when he didn't even make it out of the first inning, once the walks started coming, he really got out of his head. And against Carroll, it got a little better. The hits combined with the walks, a little bit shaky, but I like that. Going right back at the zone against Cozens, and he gets the weak contact. That's what you want to see out of Dittmer, just improving off each at-bat and not letting the walks get in his head and affect him.
It'll be the 9-hole hitter, Ryan Welch. Just misses upstairs on the zone. Ball 1 on Welch. Did not play last night. So far this season, batting 192. 26 at-bats, 5 hits. 1-0 delivery. He also puts a skied flare into center field. Lukart giving chase. He's under it. And he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So 1 left on for the Griffons, and no runs and no hits from Dittmer as we head to the home half of the 2nd inning. Mustangs still trail it 1-0 here on YouTube. Justin George leads it off in the 2nd inning. Mustangs retired on the 3rd batter back in the 1st inning. It was Miller who got caught stealing at 3rd. Still looking for that first hit and just looking to get after Snyder on the mound. George yesterday, 0 for 2, 3 runs on 2 walks. Definitely did his job on the base paths, so getting him on, another leadoff runner would be huge here for the Mustangs in the 2nd.
George typically a power hitter, but he has the capabilities to get on and has the capabilities of advancing to the next base. So he's a guy you want at the dish, not also in this scenario, but also in the run driving in scenario.
First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. It was Burton who was playing really shallow on the first base side, moves back. 1-0, and George just gets under it on the inside half. That'll go foul behind home plate. Hits our roof for strike one. George out of William Jewell College. Decent spring. Batted .352. 46 RBIs on 57 hits. And the home runs, 8 of them. Definitely possesses power. Haven't seen a JG bomb yet this season. He just goes inside, almost gets jammed on the inside half of the bat and pops it out to Collins in left field, who makes the play for out number 1. It'll be Frank Gall back in the lineup tonight. Played on Thursday against the Monarchs. Did not play last night. And on Thursday, it was his first game since May the 30th. Got the double. He got himself his RBI of the night as well. Watches ball 1 upstairs. Frank Gall out of St. Joe and Missouri Western. And Mo West definitely best player this last spring in Gall. Batted .327 on 53 hits, 6 home runs. And strike 1 on the outer half. Definitely tore it up against my Bearcats the 3 times that I got to see him play. 1-1, and Gall gets ahead inside on the fastball, but that one's just going to die once again in right field, making the catcher's row for the second out.
That's what you like to see out of Snyder. Attacking the inner half, not getting any of these barrels from Mustangs hitters. They got to know that's going to be the game plan from Snyder. It's going to be inside, inside, inside all day. You just got to keep your hands in. You might even try scooting just a little bit more away from the plate. That way you can get into those inside pitches, and instead of getting a little bit jammed, you're barreling those balls for line drives instead of lazy pop flies.
It'll be Chris Coy batting the 6th hole tonight. 2 outs on the board, looking to extend the inning for the Mustangs. Inside pitch misses for ball 1. Coy yesterday against the Griffons, 1 for 4, 3 RBIs on the 1 walk. 1-0 pitch to Coy. Gets behind on the fastball on the outer edge. Fouls it off for strike 1. Coy riding a small 3-game hit streak so far, so looking to extend that tonight. One, that inside pitch finds the zone for strike 2. So Coy quickly down a ball and 2 strikes on Snyder.
That was really the first time we'd seen the curve from Snyder, and a great time to bring it out. Completely fooled Coy. See if he goes back to it or just keeps riding the heater.
There is that heater, and Coy jumped on it. Fouled it off the third base side, keeping it alive at a ball and 2 strikes.
That's what the timing can do to you. You drop in the curve, have the hitter thinking, and then you throw the fastball, and Coy recognizes it, but he's way out in front of it. Got to find that timing from Coy.
1-2 pitch goes outside for ball 2. Evens it out, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Coy last 5 games, 3 for 14 with 3 runs, 4 RBIs. 2-2, Coy gets a good drive into left field, but that's going to die once again to Collins in left. And Snyder gets the Mustangs down 1-2-3 on 3 pop flies into the outfield. As we're headed into the 3rd inning, Mustangs still looking for that first hit, and they trail it 1-0 against the Nevada Griffons here on YouTube. Back to the top of the order for the Griffons and Trey Burton, who on the first pitch of the game lined it into left field for a single, ended up coming around to score the only run of the game for the Griffons and their only hit. And Burton looking to do the same thing on Dittmer, who's had a good first 2 innings, got the donut last inning, looking for the same result.
And Burton is the only guy who has a hit, but I think the biggest at-bat so far is the guy on deck, Cole Collins. Dittmer had him down 2 strikes, but that hit-by pitch allowed the Griffons to play small ball and then score a run. Again, it's the free passes that you just got to limit. You can deal with hits. Hits you can get around, especially singles that are scattered, but it's when you stack a hit with maybe a free pass. That's where the trouble starts to bubble.
And right now, the Griffons, who have stacked in that first inning, Dittmer looking to keep that quiet. But Burton goes ahead 1-0 as the first pitch just missed the glove of Griffith. 1-0 runs inside on Burton. He's quickly ahead. 2 balls, no strikes. Burton out of Lemoyne Owen College, freshman out of Atlanta, Georgia. Was a 2-way player. Pitched and hit at Lemoyne Owen. 2-0 pitch goes upstairs. 3 balls and no strikes. Had a 1-4 win-loss record. 10 appearances, 24 and 2 innings pitched, and a .333 average on 102 at-bats, 34 hits, 3 home runs, and 24 RBIs.
We saw him pitch last night.
Did pitch last night, yes. 3-0 down the middle for strike 1, so now Burton sitting at a 3-1 count on Dittmer.
If you're Dittmer, you still got to be careful. It's still very much the count is in favor of Burton. You got to make a good pitch on the outer edges of the plate. Stay away from the middle.
3-1, and he fouls it off the plate. So a good payoff pitch from Dittmer now has Burton back at a full count, 3-2. Dittmer still looking for strikeout number 1 in this ball game. But like Truman mentioned at the start of the game, not predominantly the strikeout pitcher here in this Mustang starting room. Just looking for a quick early retire on Burton. 3-2 pitch, rolled over to third. Felix fields it in time, goes over to Little for the first out. And the leadoff batter in Burton is retired for the first out in the third.
That's how you respond. We've seen that twice now. He's been able to get back in the count after basically falling behind 3-0 and like that one. That's what you like to see. He got Burton reaching right there, and if you're Burton, you got to wait for that pitch and line that ball on the right. If you try to pull it, that's what's going to happen. You're going to roll over.
Cole Collins making his second at-bat tonight, was hit by that pitch in the first. Was held at third base. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it off straight behind. Collins stands 5'7", 170 pounds. Tonight playing left field. He's made a couple good catches out in the Phil Welch graveyard tonight. Dittmer's ahead, 0-1. 0-1 pitch, that's chopped off the ground, and a big pop to Coy at short. He makes the play, close play in time for out number 2. And unlikely, Collins grounds out to Mr. Chris Coy.
Just love the hands right there from Coy. I mean, that ball basically hit the lip right in front of the plate on that infield grass, and so there's not much Coy could do other than wait on it. But he has such quick hands to be able to grab it, transition. He keeps his hands high, didn't bring them down, kept them high, and just threw it straight through. And again, another laser.
Kids watching at home who want to learn about defense, Chris Coy is the man to watch. That's what we've been talking about here in the last couple of games. Now 2 outs. It'll bring up Jordan Rowe, 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to Little at first, who made the play back at first. Now 2 outs for Dittmer. Looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the day. 1-0 pitch to Rowe, fouled straight behind for strike 1. Rowe out of Ellsworth Community College, Papillion, Nebraska. 6 foot freshman. Ball and a strike from Dittmer. Just misses the plate for ball 2. Rowe did not see any time at Ellsworth. Upstairs, now 3 balls and a strike to Rowe. Here were 2 outs. Dittmer out of Southwest Tennessee Community College, 13 appearances, an 0-1 win-loss record. 13.50 ERA from Dittmer this last spring. 3-1 pitch misses for ball 4, and now a 2-out base runner via the walk goes to Jordan Rowe, who has walked no times yesterday. He was 0 for 5, so Rowe gets on base for the first time here in these first 2 games.
So 2-out walks right there. Like to see him. He was missing high. He's got to finish over the top with that fastball. He's leaving his arm up, and that's why he was just missing high, high, high. If he gets over, gets on top of the baseball, that's where he'll hit the zone and bring the ball lower.
Now to bring up Bryce Humphrey, who grounded out to Chris Coy back in the first, but did drive in the run in Burton for his first RBI in the night. First pitch strike to Humphrey. 2 outs with Rowe on first. A 1 pitch, just squibbles it into shallow right field. Giving chase is Gall. He makes the play for the 3rd out. So just the 1 runner left on for the Griffons. Dittmer, another solid inning of work here in the 3rd, and leaves the Griffons scoreless. They still just carry that 1-0 lead with their 1 hit. Mustangs go to the bats, trying to look for their first hit. We'll see that happen here on YouTube. Here in the home half of the 3rd inning, Snyder out once again, all zeros through his first 2 innings. For his first start, looking real impressive out here against the top hitting team in the Mink.
Again, saw it last night out of Hayden Harris, seen it so far tonight out of Lucas Snyder. He stayed away from the barrels so far. It's been weak contact, but then his defense, again, it's been playing behind him, and that's the most encouraging news. That's where the Griffons got in trouble last night, but so far they've been rock solid with the gloves.
Jane Little will lead it off here in the 3rd. Watches ball 1 downstairs. Little, a nice night last night. Went 2 for 5 with a run. 2 Ks. But he did do his job coming home for a run. 1 of the 10 from last night's victory. Pitch number 2 goes outside, but it does clip the zone for strike 1. So a ball and a strike on Little. St. Joe kid out of Lincoln University. Slider, he's going to poke it into right field, giving chases Rowe. That is going to be a long run to the warning track, but makes the catch for out number 1, and another great play in right from Rowe.
Tough play from Rowe. That ball was slicing away from him. Didn't get a great jump, but he ran that ball all the way, ran to his spot, and robs yet another extra base hit. Talked about it. These Mustangs, they got a lot of power. This outfield is playing deep. That's why a lot of these hits are falling in the gloves instead of falling on the ground.
1 out on the board brings up Parker Griffith. First at-bat for him as well tonight. Did not play last night. Looking to stay hot from him. And that's going to drill him on the first pitch of the at-bat. So Griffith gets plated to first base with 1 out on the first pitch, hit by pitch.
Second time we've seen Snyder run too far inside on these righties. But with the leadoff out gotten, Griffith not the speediest guy. You got to get the 9-hole. Don't allow the lineup to flip over.
Tyler Gundelfinger, 9-hole, double play like you mentioned in commission for the Griffons. Gundelfinger, 1 for 4 last night with the run. He's looking to stay doing his thing as well. Last 5 games, 5 for 18 with 5 runs. There's a nice shot into center field by Gundelfinger, but right at Humphrey in center field for the second out. So yet another loud out from these Mustangs.
These hits will start to fall. Don't get discouraged that these are lineouts. You're making hard contact. Eventually, these are fall. Stay with the swings. Again, great swing by Gundelfinger. Just happened that Humphrey was just right there. Nothing to change. Those hits will start to fall later in this game.
Mustangs have been putting the barrel to the ball here in these first 3 innings. Just hasn't been working out for them. Griffons haven't allowed an error yet so far. They've been playing a good defensive game as it brings up Logan Miller for his second at-bat tonight. Back to the top of the order for the Mustangs. First pitch high inside on Miller. He was also that second guy who got hit by a pitch inside. Was held at third as he got caught stealing. 1-0 to Miller, and he's swinging. That's just going to get rolled over to short. And Cousins is going to flip it over to Welch at second for the third out. So 1 left on the base paths for the Mustangs still. No hits allowed from Snyder through his first 3 innings of work. Mustangs still trail the Griffons 1-0 as we head to the 4th inning here on YouTube. Here in the 4th inning at Phil Welch will be Ian Dittmer back on the mound for his 4th inning of work. And he's been really solid, just the 1 hit and 1 run in the first. He's put up 0s the last 2. Looking for the similar result once again. Just trying to give the comfortability to these Mustangs bats. So it'll be Nick Kalin leading it off here in the 4th. 0 for 1 on his line, grounded out to Chris Coy in the first. Trying to keep him quiet as last night 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Had a good battle with Dittmer back in the first. First pitch finds the zone for strike 1. Kalin out of Ballard High School, out of Louisville, Kentucky. So just a state over. 0-1 just misses. So a ball and a strike. Dittmer tonight, just the 2 walks in the hit by pitch. 1-1 off speed upstairs, misses. Ball 2, so now Kalin ahead, 2 balls and a strike on Dittmer to open up the 4th.
Where Dittmer's been missing a lot is high. Again, he's just got to finish over the top. He's leaving his arm hanging up. That's why he's missing so many pitches up in the zone.
2-1. Off speed, finds the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Kalin. Looking to get his first punch out here of the game. Count even down at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss off for Nick Kalin, and Dittmer gets his first strikeout here in the ball game, and he starts the fourth right with the K.
That was a great breaking ball right there. He set it up with the one before, and that one was even better. It's got nice, tight spin. A lot better command of it tonight. Hasn't used it a lot. Like that he already used it here in this fourth. He's going to start breaking it out, changing the eye level, changing the speed to these Griffin hitters.
Trenton Creek batting second here in the fourth. 0 for 1 also grounded out to Chris Coy. That one bottom of the zone, catches for strike one. Dimmer's been doing a good job getting ahead of these batters so far early on in the counts. Fouled off by Creek. So now Dittmer's quickly got him 0-2 to start his at-bat here with the out. So far, Creek batting 171, 41 at-bats, just the 7 hits. 0-2, just misses outside. Ball and 2 strikes on Creek. Looking to try and fight back on Dittmer. Creek's only struck out twice this season. One-two pitch. Fouled off. Creek staying alive in the box. Dittmer's in time for another battle with a Griffin.
He's got a couple pitches to spare. Like, see if he goes back to that breaking ball in the outer half and he set it up with a fastball in. Right now, Creek's sitting out on that fastball. See if he pulls the string.
1-2 pitch goes upstairs for ball 2. Evens it out at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Trenton Creek out of Indiana University Southeast, a sophomore out of Mount Washington, Kentucky. 2-2 pitch, and that's going to run inside, and that's going to drill Creek on the back. So 1-out base runner via the hit by pitch. That'll be the second time that Griffin has been hit by pitch tonight.
That breaking ball right there out of Dittmer just got away from him. Didn't get around it, didn't pull that curtain down. That's why it popped out of his hand. Like going with that pitch, but again, you got to be able to locate it. That was one of the more ugly ones he's thrown tonight.
Brings up Griffin Duval with an out. Trying to bring Trenton Creek around the base paths. Trying to get something going for the Griffins here in the fourth. Dittmer staying composed. Every single inning that he's pitched, he has allowed a runner on, either via the hit by a pitch or a walk. But he's gotten himself out of it. That one also runs inside and gets past Griffith, but that'll hit Duval. So back-to-back hit by pitches. We'll plate 2 runners on and a runner in scoring position now for the Griffins.
Now you got back-to-back pitches, giving away that free pass. You got the leadoff out. Now you're starting to find yourself in a jam. And this is where for Dittmer, he's got to stay composed, not let these free passes affect him.
Bring up Cal Cousins now with an RBI chance. 1 out, double play on the base paths with Duval on first. Cousins 0 for 1, popped out to Luke Hart in center. Looks like Little is going to come in and bunt is shown from Cousins. First pitch is swinging. He puts one out into center field. Luke Hart giving chase. And the speed from Luke Hart gets over to make the second out and a crucial out for the Mustangs.
A little bit of a slash play put on there by the Griffins, and I like it. I mean, little dangerous coming in so far. You'd rather wait to I mean, you see hands, you go, but especially in a situation like that, you want to creep. He got really far in. But also, in center, Luke Hart got a great break. He read that ball. That ball was slicing away from him, headed towards right center, but he got a great break, and he got the ball back in quickly. The second part of it, he made the catch, but then he held the runners right where they are.
Ryan Welch, 9-hole hitter, trying to come through for the Griffins with 2 outs. Dimmer did his job, getting Cousins, the 8-hole hitter, out via the flyout to Luke Hart in center. First pitch, misses the zone for ball 1. Welch also 0 for 1. Flied out to Luke Hart in the second inning. One 0 upstairs. Welch ahead. 2 balls, no strikes on Dittmer. Welch batting 192 this season. At a Kentucky Wesleyan Junior, and also out of Louisville, Kentucky. 2-0 pitch from Dittmer. Catches the outer edge for strike one. Good payoff pitch after 2 straight balls. Gets the strike on Welch.
Like to see early in the starts, early for Dittmer. That would have been ball 3. But tonight, he's gotten fallen behind, but he's been able to get back in the zone. Much improved from what we've seen.
2-1 pitch. Runs inside on Welch for ball 3. So now 3-1. Trying to avoid loading the bases up with 2 outs is Dittmer. Trying to keep the Griffons quiet here with 2. The payoff pitch on 3-1. Finds it down the middle for strike 2, and we're back to another full count. Ryan Welch, 3 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs. It's Trenton Creek on second base, Griffin Duvall on first. Griffins and Welch now at a full count with 2 outs. Dittmer trying to get himself out. 3-2 pitch is going to be slapped into center field. That one is trailing back, but it'll hold up just enough for Lucart to make the catch for the 3rd out. And the Griffins leave 2 on the base paths. Dittmer survives yet another inning, throwing another 0 on the board for the Mustangs. And the Mustangs bats still looking for that first hit as we head to the home half of the 4th inning. Mustangs still trail at 1-0 here on YouTube. With the new Superman movie coming out here this week, we decided to give you guys some Superman trivia. In what year did Superman first appear in the comics? Was it 1935, Justice League number 10, 1940, Superman number 1, 1938, Action Comics number 1, or 1956, D, Batman number 15? Question provided by my partner, Truman Griesel. He's been doing a great job with these trivia questions for you guys this year. As it'll be Braden Lucart to lead it off here in the 4th inning. Mustangs still searching for that first hit here on Lucas Snyder. Off-speed goes upstairs and misses for ball 1 on Lucart. Mustangs last night, 10 team hits, have really been quieted here tonight. So Lucart last night was 2 for 5. Got a good barrel, put it into right field. But just trailed up in front of Rowe as he's ahead quickly 2-0 on Snyder. Lucart comes in tonight with that 10-game hit streak. Still trying to extend that. 2-0. Lucart quickly goes ahead. 3 balls and no strikes on Snyder.
First time we've seen a 3-ball count from Snyder. How does he respond to this? We've seen Dittmer being able to respond, but you want to get the leadoff out. A leadoff walk in this scenario is not ideal.
And Lucart's, that's just going to slice into center field. Had a side spin to it, fell in the infield, and just made its way back. And now Lucart's going to be kind of trapped up between first and second. He's going to stop, and now he's in a pickle. That ball goes into left field, and Lucart's going to be safe at second base. On a wonky play, but now an early runner in scoring position for the Mustangs from Braden Lucart, who just poked it into center field and made his way over to second.
I mean, where do you start? Swinging 3-0, but he was way out in front, off pretty much the end of the bat. I mean, it almost looked like he literally took his bat and more like shanked it. That ball definitely was knuckling. A lot of spin. Don't know if you played Mario Super Sluggers, but
I did.
Diddy Kong's ability where the ball like banana swirled. That's
Yes.
definitely what it looked like. But then that was really the first time we saw from the Nevada defense them really collapse. You had Lucart dead to rights, and no one collapsed the running lane. You just were throwing it back and forth, and the errant throw gives away a free base.
And a free base that you don't want, the speed of Lucart. First hit on the night for the Mustangs, and they'll bring up Dom Felix in another RBI spot for him. We're going to get a mound visit from Creek. He's going to go talk to Snyder, who has been doing an amazing job. Only the first hit allowed just there, and it took the Mustangs a full 3 innings here to the 4th as Lucart, like you said, looked super weird. Hit that dirt with some spin, and it just took itself all the way to center field. Now the Mustangs are trying to come through, trying to notch this game up at 1 run apiece with no outs. And it's the man with a plan. Old reliable Dom Felix trying to come through, at least move Lucart over to third base. Righty-righty matchup for Snyder. That's going to run close inside on Felix. And that is going to hit Felix on the jersey, so that is going to plate yet another back-to-back Mustang here with no outs. Brings up Justin George.
That's what you want up. Snyder, 6 balls, just 1 strike so far. Really got to find back that zone. You're now in your biggest jam of the night. And a guy at the plate you don't want up. You got to be careful with George. But it all starts with 1. You could get all 3 outs right here, but I feel like you just got to keep it small, start with 1 out.
George, who put a good swing on an inside pitch back in the 2nd. And that is going to drill George. So now the bases are loaded early with no outs for the Mustangs. And now a dangerous situation for Snyder as it brings up Frank Gall.
Just what I'm talking about. See if maybe a mound visit either from Creek again. Again, Snyder does not look like himself. He's missing big. He had been missing small the first 3 innings. Now these misses are getting larger. He's got to finish his pitches. Now if you're Nevada, you can't worry about infield's back. So you're just willing to concede a run for an out.
Right now brings up Frank Gall. Double play now in works. As Frank Gall's going to be first pitch swinging. There it is. He rolls it over to Welch. He goes over to second for 1, but with Frank Gall's speed, he makes it in time. And that drives home Lucart for the first run on the ballgame, and the Mustangs tie it up on the fielder's choice RBI from Frank Gall.
That's just what you wanted to see with that speed of Gall. Again, you're not going to double him up unless it's hit really hard. Just missed his pitch, though. I know he's definitely wanting that one back. That's one he should have lined in the gap to clear the bases. That's all it starts. Starts with 1. Here's passing the torch along.
And that torch belongs to Chris Coy here with 1 out. Frank Gall on first. It'll be Dom Felix on third. Coy first pitch goes upstairs and in for ball 1. Double play in the works still for the Griffons with Gall on first. One 1-0 pitch goes outside for ball 2, so Coy quickly ahead. 2-0. Coy just muscled one out into right field that was just caught up for Rowe to make the play. 2-0 pitch. That's going to find the zone on the bottom half for strike 1. So now Coy working with 1 strike on the board. Sacrifice fly in play now for Coy. Infield in double play depth. He has a good hole between first and second. And there goes Gall, runs inside, and that is going to hit Coy on 2-1. So once again, the base is loaded. Now Snyder, another jam, and that'll bring up Jaden Little.
Again, it's those free passes. Those are the toughest ones to deal with. Outside of the little nubbin shot from Braden Lucart, Snyder just has been shooting himself in the foot. And you saw when he was in the zone, he got Frank Gall to chase and to roll over. Can he get back to it? Can he not let the circumstances and the consequences of him hitting batters affect him?
Third hit by pitch of the inning issued from Snyder. Little so far 0 for 1, lined out to right field. to lead off the third inning. His first pitch goes upstairs for ball one. It's Felix on third, Gall on second, and Coy on first. Burton playing shallow in at first base. Trying to see if he can snipe something out as that pitch goes outside. So quickly Little works a nice hitter's 2-0 count here on Snyder. Once again, bases loaded. One out for the Mustangs. Looking to continue a surge. 2-0 pitch, and that's going to be the fourth hit by pitch, and that's going to bring home the run in Felix. And the Mustangs take a 2-1 lead. And Little gets plated on the fourth hit by pitch here in the fourth.
They say there are yips as a fielder. Well, there are definitely yips as a pitcher. And right now, Snyder's got a bad case of them. I don't know what happened between innings, if he ate something, if he got a bad taste of water, but just has not looked like himself. Missing his spots drastically. Now he's paying the consequences.
Second run to come home for the Mustangs in Dom Felix. And now the bases are still juiced. It'll be Gall on third, Coy on second, now Little on first as we're getting a mound visit for the Griffons. Just getting to talk for Snyder. Nothing moving yet out there in the Griffons bullpen, as still just the out on the board. Looking to get themselves out of the inning, put something on the ground for a double play. But with one out, we're heading to the bottom half of the lineup in Parker Griffith and Tyler Gundelfinger. As Griffith was hit by a pitch back in the third. So he's looking to come through here, watch every pitch out of the hand. He knows right now that Snyder's a little bit erratic. Seeing if he can get something easy and bring home another run. Snyder, who's just trying to find his zone and get himself back here. Finds himself another bases-loaded jam. 2 runs have already came to score for the Mustangs. And Griffith trying to put more on. Burton coming in shallow. First pitch finds that zone for strike one on Griffith. He was looking at it. Ended up just deciding not to go after it, so no balls and a strike to Parker Griffith.
Well, with a guy that's been this erratic, you're not trying to help him out. You're seeing if he can get back in the zone, and then you're going to ambush something.
A 1 pitch in the dirt. Saved by Creek for ball one, so a ball and a strike to Griffith. Out of Lee Summit, Missouri, Northwest Missouri State Bearcat. 1-1 pitch to Griffith. He's going to roll it over to the third base side. That's going to get fair. That'll bring home Gall. Turning the corner from third is Coy. And a 2 RBI single from Parker Griffith opens the score up 4-1. And the fourth run of the inning comes home off the bat of Parker Griffith.
That's just what I'm talking about. You hit a mistake pitch. Wasn't the prettiest hit, but he got it down the line past Duvall. Now the floodgates are starting to open, and that's why giving free passes to the Mustangs are so dangerous. Because when they start stacking that one big hit, that really blows things open.
Brings up Tyler Gundelfinger, lined out to center field, and there goes Little, a free stolen base. And there goes Griffith over to second after it got off the glove, and no tag applied. So now Griffith and Little both move up an extra 90 feet. And now with an out, Gundelfinger in an even better spot.
Now the Mustangs are really playing mind games. You can see Snyder's in his own head. He's not hearing anything. There was no communication from his infield. His infield, because of the free passes, they're now just being very lackadaisical. No movement, no talking. That's where you get in trouble, because now your pitcher's in trouble. But now your whole team is in trouble because there's really just a lot of stagnation going on.
First pitch goes outside for ball one. Just 2 hits in the inning here for the Mustangs. Second pitch misses down low. 2 balls, no strikes to Gundelfinger. Gundelfinger 5 hits in his last 5 games. Looking to see how he can produce here. 2 runners in scoring position. 2-0, runs inside and almost hits the 5th batter here in the inning. Just misses, but Gundelfinger goes up. 3 balls and no strikes. runs up near the head, and that'll put Gundelfinger on first via the walk. So now the bases are back to loaded with Gundelfinger trotting down the first, and back to the top of the lineup in Logan Miller, who ended the third inning. We have almost got it a bat-around inning here for the Stangs.
I mean, they indeed have. All 9 have come to the plate, but I think for Snyder, he just looks shell-shocked. I mean, he does not look like he's here. He looks flabbergasted and doesn't know what's wrong. And again, that's the danger of the free passes, because you think, what's going on? Why am I not throwing strikes? And he's paying the dividend.
First pitch to Miller, just 1 out. There's that off-speed slider, finds the zone for strike 1. Seeing some players run out of the dugout, headed to the Nevada Griffons bullpen to get some work. 0-1 to Miller. He's going to ambush, snags it. Is Snyder. He'll go to third for 1, but that'll bring home little to score. The 5th run on the inning, and Miller is going to be safe. Gundelfinger safe at second. Snyder decided to go to 3 for the second out, but now the Mustangs lead at 5-1.
Again, talking about that communication and Snyder just being in his head. He didn't know what he was going to do with that ball. He should immediately go home, and his catcher Creek should be yelling 4, 4, 4. Would have gotten cut down the run. Instead, he fields it, and he looks as almost he doesn't know what to do with it. And thankfully, they did get an out. Again, just the danger.
It'll be Braden Lucart who led off this inning with the single into center field. His first pitch misses on the outside half for ball 1. 2 outs now for the Griffons, just looking to get themselves out of this inning. 1-0, Lucart puts a drive into center field. That one's going to hold up for Humphrey, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out, but not before 5 runs come home to score on the 2 hits from the Mustangs. Bases left loaded, but 5 runs now gives the Mustangs a 5-1 lead as we're headed to the 5th inning here on YouTube. After Ian Dittmer goes 4 innings of work, first guy out of the pen, it'll be Bronco Witt making his 10th appearance. 2-0 win-loss record, 2 starts, 16 innings pitched, an ERA of 3.79, and a K-walk ratio. 17 strikeouts to 9 walks. Here's another guy, Truman, that these Mustangs have relied on all season, who has put some zeros on the board when it's needed most.
Yeah, he made those couple starts. That's why his numbers, that ERA and whip, are a little inflated. But when he's come out of the bullpen, he has been great. He kept the Mustangs in the game. Last time he pitched was relieving Dittmer on July the 6th against Carroll. And he gave him 4 innings of work and allowed that offense to get back in the game. But now his situation here, he's got a 4-run cushion. He'll probably get 2-3 innings of work, and he should be a good pitcher to pitch tonight.
Bronco Witt, big fastball guy, looking to start here. So that first pitch on Burton is going to miss and go outside. Dittmer, 4 innings pitched, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 3 hit by pitch, 1 hit, and the 1 earned run. So a solid start from him and a good bounce back start. Second pitch finds the inside zone for strike one. It's now ball and a strike on Burton, who's 1 for 2 with the single back in the first. 1-1 just misses that lower half of the outside part. 2 balls and a strike. Witt can work that off speed in there, but that fastball has been a line all season, and that fastball is going to drill Burton on the upper end of the shoulder. So the leadoff batter of the inning, and Burton finds himself back on base with the hit by pitch.
Just ran too far inside. Fastball's got a little bit of that two-seam movement, but right there, I mean, he was trying to hit that inside corner. He just missed. These Griffin hitters definitely up in terms of the box, close to the plate. That's why if you're going to hit that inside corner, you got to hit it, because if you get too far inside like that, bad things happen.
Brings up Cole Collins with Burton on first, looking to catch back some of those runs they lost back in the fourth. First pitch upstairs and in for ball one. Burton, a good second jump at first with that leadoff. Did not try and steal back in the first when he was last on base. And that's going to drill Collins up near the back area. So back-to-back hit by pitches has landed 2 back-to-back base runners with no outs for the Griffons.
You might need to check the balls, whatever these pitchers are using. I mean, maybe get a little sticky stuff. Anyone have any spider tack in the dugout? But that's good for Griffith. That's a veteran move, going out and talking to Witt, coming out of the bullpen, because this is not like Witt. Definitely not like him at all. And again, it's been a little bit since he has pitched. Been about 5 days. I mean, for a reliever, that's pretty long. So now, like again, Griffith walking back. He's talking through. We've seen Nevada play small ball. See if they play it right here.
Griffith doing a good job. Bronco, yeah, just losing a little bit of that control. He definitely finds that zone early on in at-bats with that fastball predominantly. He just missed on it. Looks like he was wanting to plate that inside half, and it's just missed on his release, but looking to see a good bounce-back at-bat against Jordan Rowe. It's 0 for 1 with a walk in the third. First pitch misses inside and upstairs for ball one. Rowe grounded out to Little on the 3-4 put out. Big swing and a miss. There's that fastball that ran on the inside half for a ball and a strike on Rowe. Rowe looking to contribute the first run since the first for the Griffons. Check swing, and that is going to find the zone anyway for the second strike. So now Witt, a good payoff at that, now has Rowe down, a ball and 2 strikes. And that is going to hit Rowe. And that'll be back-to-back-to-back hit by pitches issued from Witt. And the bases are loaded with no outs for the Griffons as they are looking really good here, trying to come back on the 5 runs last inning from the Mustangs.
I don't know if these are just the pitches that Griffith is calling, but I feel like you got to shake it up. Haven't seen the breaking ball yet, and it's just been you're trying to hit the inside corner. I mean, at some point, I mean, okay, a broken clock is right twice a day, but at some point you got to mix it up. You got to go to a different location, because obviously Witt just hasn't been able to hit the inside corner consistently.
No outs on the board. It'll bring up Bryce Humphrey, who swings and misses on the first pitch. Fastball near that middle outside half of the plate. Bases loaded. No outs here for the Griffons. Looking to chip back. Witt trying to regain that zone. A 1 pitch. There's that inside that cuts just in for strike 2. So now Humphrey down. No balls and 2 strikes to Witt, looking for that first out.
There was a good breaking ball right there. First time we'd seen it. Been able to locate it. See if he goes back to it.
0-2, swing and a miss from Humphrey. First strikeout for Witt, and a good one for the first out. Now the inning-ending double play on the rocks here for the Mustangs.
And that's how you respond. After having a lot of stuff, you could just shut down mentally and to let it affect you. But Witt doing a good job, not only battling on the mound in the physical sense, but also in his mind. I mean, he's going through that battle. And that's a great response there. Locating your pitches, now starting to find them, getting some confidence back.
Brings up Nick Kalen. Fouls off the first pitch, straight behind, 0-1. Who's looking to come through. He's got Burton on third, Collins on second, and Rowe on first. who struck out. Kalen struck out back in the fourth, his last at-bat, and grounded out to Chris Coy back in the first. So 0 for 2 on his line. Was 0 for 4 yesterday, but he's looking to be a big hero spot right here. And he's going to be first pitch swinging, grounds it over to Little. He's going to go to Griffith at the full, no, and he's going to drop it at home plate. And that'll bring home Burton, and everybody's safe on the base paths. And the second run comes home to score for the Griffons.
And that's just an unfortunate one there from Griffith. I mean, I know the throw, Little, it pulled Griffith more towards away from the plate. And again, wearing all that gear as a catcher, but that was just one of those that he was thinking about throwing it before he even caught it. You got to get step one, catch the ball before you even throw it.
So that brings home run number 2. Now the lead cut down to 3 for the Mustangs. Still 1 out. First pitch swinging is Trenton Creek. Also trying to come through here for the Griffons. Cole Collins on third, Rowe on second. It'll be Kalen on first. Now 0-2. Creek now has to battle back. No balls and 2 strikes. Witt trying to get another payoff out. Upstairs for ball 1. Creek so far 0 for 1 with a ground out in the second. Hit by a pitch back in the fourth. He's looking to find himself on base, get his first RBI of the night. 1-2 pitch. He's going to flare one into shallow center field. Coming in is Lukart, makes the catch. No runner is going to tag, so big second out from Bronco Witt, and the runners stay put for the Griffons.
Great job by Witt. Great pitch. He had Creek reaching off the end of the bat into shallow center, and Lukart, with all the momentum coming in, not surprised Nevada did not send Collins on third because Lukart would have hosed him. Lukart not only possesses great speed and a great glove, he's also got a great arm.
He's got a cannon. That would have gotten Collins any day in my book. But now 2 outs for Bronco Witt out of the pen. Looking to just keep the run at 1 in this inning. First pitch fouled off from Griffin Duval. Still not an official at-bat registered yet. Walked in the second. Was also hit by a pitch in the fourth. Bases still loaded for the Griffons. The 1 run came home from the fielder's choice from Nick Kalen. It was Trey Burton who came across to score the second time tonight. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss from Duval. So now Witt, another 0-2 count. Let's see how he can respond here once again. Try and see if he can leave the bases loaded. Oh, 0-2 pitch from Witt goes outside for ball 1. Still works in a good pitcher's count. 1-2 on Griffin Duval. Duval's got a good hole between first and second base. 1-2 pitch from Witt. Just misses upstairs on the zone. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Duval.
That was a little one. I think Witt crossed up Griffith. Griffith, I think, was expecting fastball, and Witt pulled the breaking ball. And that pitch, I mean, it looked good, but I think sometimes when the catcher's moving, umpire doesn't call it.
2-2 runs inside, and now a full count. Was once 0-2 on Duval. He's worked his way back to a full count here with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Witt trying to avoid walking home. Run number 3 for the Griffons.
Use this defense behind you. Make a good pitch, execute, hit your spot. Don't try to do too much. If you strike him out, great. But also use this defense behind you.
3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. And Bronco Witt gets K number 2. And he leaves the bases loaded. And only allows the 1 run to come home on Burton. And he keeps the deficit at 3 runs for the Mustangs as the Stangs head into the bottom home half of the 5th with a 5-2 lead. You're watching St. Joseph Mustangs baseball here on YouTube. Welcome back in. It'll be Dom Felix to lead off the home half of the fifth. One run came to plate. Felix gets underneath that one, and that'll go foul on top of the roof for strike one.
Little surprise Snyder's still out there, Jackson. Just how shaky he was last inning. But again, I think Nevada's just trying to get all they can out of him and squeeze any last outs.
I'm going to have to agree with you on that as second pitch goes inside. 5 runs back in the 4th inning. Just the 2 hits allowed, but the hit by pitches ran up. 4 total. 1-1 pitch to Felix. He's going to muscle one straight behind the catcher once again. Hits the roof. Ball and 2 strikes. We did see some movement out in the Griffons bullpen. Still seeing some movement just to see how long, like you said, they can get out of Mr. Snyder. 1-2 pitch. Misses outside. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes on Felix. Felix was one of the 4 who got hit by a pitch back in the 4th. Came around to score. 2-2 pitch downstairs. Felix works it back to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the first batter here in the 5th. Full count to Felix. He's going to put a drive into left field, giving chase as Collins. He's backpedaling and makes the jump catch to retire Felix on the first at-bat here in the 5th.
A great barrel from Felix, but again, Collins just got a great jump, already playing deep. Read that one beautifully. A little more, maybe a few more push-ups from Felix, and that ball goes over the head of Collins.
Justin George, 1 out on the board for the Mustangs. A little bit different of an approach. Gets that first out. Nice job by Snyder. Just looking for different results from last inning. First pitch to Justin George. He's first pitch swinging. He's going to muscle it down the third base line. Making a strong throw is Duvall in time for out number 2. And a nice play on the hot corner made by Duvall for the second out.
Fantastic play. I mean, having to work back, first of all, field that ball basically at the edge of the infield dirt, and then all in one motion plant and fire a dart. We were talking about Chris Coy, how good he's been throwing it and fielding it, but that was a heck of a play from Duvall to gun down George.
So it'll be Frank Gall with 2 outs on the board, trying to continue life here in the 5th inning for the Stangs. He's first pitch swinging. It was down that first base line that he found a double back on Thursday on, but he just missed this one out in front for strike 1.
That was also one of those throws from Duvall that you risk letting your arm sail, but he got over the top and he finished that throw. Sometimes third basemen just let that ball sail and throw it way over the head of their first baseman.
0-1, that's going to find the zone on the outside half, so now Gall down quickly, 0-2 with 2 outs. Snyder looking to go 1-2-3. A good response so far we've seen from him after giving up 5 in the 4th. 0-2 pitch to Gall. Outside. Ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 delivery now to Gall. He's going to be swinging and fouling it off, keeping himself alive at the box.
I'll be a little bit more patient. He's reaching for that one. He lets that ball come to him. That ball's going into left center field.
1-2. There's a nice drive into right field, but giving chase kind of back near that outer edge. Getting close to that grass line is Rowe, making the play for the 3rd out. So another good muscle hit from these Mustangs hitters just dies in the Phil Welch graveyard. 3 outs on the board, a 1-2-3 inning from Snyder, and a good response after the last outing. But the Mustangs still lead it 5-2. We're headed to the 6th inning of play here on YouTube. Trivia answer tonight. The first question was, in what year did Superman first appear? Was it A, 1935, Justice League number 10, B, 1940, C, 1938, or D, 1956? And if you guessed C, 1938, Action Comics number 1. That was the first year that Superman ever made an appearance. New Superman movie coming out this week. One of the most popular DC superheroes and one of my favorites, Truman. Back here in the top of the 6th inning, it'll be Bronco Witt back on the mound. It'll be Cal Cozens to lead it off. 0 for 2 on his line tonight. Bronco Witt, just the 1 run allowed, had the hit by pitches, looking for a bounce back inning. And the same result that Snyder did. I'm looking for the same thing here out of Witt.
Again, can you just reel in that control? Let it fly last inning, just not like normal Bronco Witt. Quick 1, 2, 3 innings is something I'd like to see.
So he gets that first pitch strike on Cozens. Swinging and missing is Cozens, now down 0-2. Bronco Witt looking for that first batter punch out. Oh, gets it ahead of Cozens with the tempo. Cozens got a bat on that ball. Fouls it off on 0-2. Seen Witt do that many times this season. Fasten his approach and tempo on the mound to try and draw these hitters off. Still 0-2 to Cozens. There it is once again. And Cozens once again gets the foul ball off. Still dancing at no balls and 2 strikes to lead off here in the 6th.
I like it from Witt. Just again, changing up the tempo, changing up the hitter's thinking speed.
Slower style there. That runs inside, getting close to Cozens. Misses for ball 1. So a ball and 2 strikes, still working around Cozens. 0 for 1 last night with 3 walks. 1-2 pitch upstairs. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Witt's just really got to stay on his line. He's got to finish his pitches. He's not finishing tonight, getting over. He's letting his arm hang. Finish over that front leg.
Cozens puts a sailing fly ball into center field. Lukart gets under it for out number 1, so the leadoff batter retired in the top of the 6th on the Griffons. Bring up the 9-hole hitter Ryan Welch. 1 out on the board for the Griffons, and a good response at bat from Witt. Now 1 out. See if we can get a quick inning like we've been mentioning up here in the 6th inning. Welch also 0 for 2. 2 pop-outs to Lukart in center. Lucart's been getting some work here in this game. Him and Chris Coy, the 2 predominant fielders we've seen here in tonight's game. First pitch to Welch. He's first pitch swinging. That's another pop fly into center field. Coming on shallow side is Lukart, and he once again retires Welch with another pop out to center field. 2 outs here in the 6th for the Mustangs.
Really is a no-fly zone out there in the outfield. I just love watching Lukart roam this Phil Welch grass because he just gets such good reads off the bat. Knows exactly where his first step should be every time and just meets that ball. Just makes it look effortless.
Brings up the leadoff man, Trey Burton, at the 1 hole. The only man to come home twice here in this game for the Griffons. First pitch misses down and out for ball 1 on Burton. Led off the 5th inning. He's hit by a pitch. He's going to put one and flare it off the first base side for a foul ball. So 1-1 on Burton. It's the first batter that Witt faced out of the pen, who early got Witt a little bit erratic. Now finds himself a ball and a strike. He puts a pop fly into the infield. Griffith is given a look. He throws the mid off, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. 1, 2, 3 goes Bronco Witt. And much like Snyder, a good answer back inning from Mr. Bronco Witt. 1, 2, 3 keeps the lead at 3 runs. Mustangs still lead at 5-2, going to the home half of the 6th here on YouTube. Sun has officially gone down over the grandstand here at Phil Welch. We're sitting at a comfortable 79 degrees. Yet again, another super beautiful night here at Phil Welch on this Saturday night, Truman. We've been blessed this week with great baseball weather.
Yep, really has been great baseball weather, and looking to see if they can put some more runs up on the board.
It'll be Chris Coy to lead it off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Coy, who's hit by a pitch back in the 4th, came around to score one of the 5 runs. And back in the 3rd, he popped it out. Back in the 2nd, my apologies, popped it out to right field. So he's looking for his first hit on the night, but also just looking to get something started for the Stangs. Coy's got the crowd clapping along to his walk-up song. One of the favorites here as it runs inside for ball 1. One 0 on Coy, Benton High School graduate. Here in tonight's St. Joseph's School District night, wearing special school district jerseys. His second pitch goes upstairs for ball 2. Mustangs a surplus of fun jerseys they've worn throughout this season here at Phil Welch, and these jerseys have all the schools around the surrounding St. Joseph area on them. 2-0 pitch goes inside for strike 1. Jerseys are being auctioned off currently here at Phil Welch. 2-1 to Coy. Snyder still on the mound. Inside pitch, and Coy got the hands around to it, but just drove it back to the foul side on the third base side, so now 2-2. Coy sitting on another inside fastball here. We'll see how Snyder wants to work with him. 2-2 pitch to Coy. He gets that inside, and he's going to trail it foul down the left field line. Another good swing from Coy. Just goes foul. He remains at 2-2.
Good swing there from Coy. Just got a little out in front, but he met that ball. Didn't let it get in on his hands. If that was in his hands, it's just a little roll over to first. Got to win the battle here against Snyder.
2-2, and he's going to swing, and the ball goes into the dirt. And the throw down from Creek is in time, so Chris Coy retired on the strikeout for the first out here to start the 6th.
Just chased it right there. Didn't see that spin. That was a great pitch there from Snyder. Hasn't used it a lot. Effective location to get the young and Coy to chase.
Brings up Jaden Little, tonight's 7-hole hitter. Little was also hit by a pitch back in the 4th, came around to score the last 5th run on the inning. First pitch to Little, slider finds the zone for strike 1. Little also lined out to right field. Rowe has been the Lucart counterpart tonight for the Griffons. Has gotten a surplus of balls, and there's another shot to Rowe in right field. He's going to have to backpedal, gets over the glove, and bounces off the Yellow Frog graphics wall. Little never stopping. He's rounding second on his way to third. The throw in is not in time, and it gets past. And Little, a 1-out triple to start the 6th, trying to get a jump start for the Mustangs.
Great piece of hitting. Snyder tried to sneak a fastball by him after dropping the slider in, and Little was not having it. He was sitting that pitch the whole way and just drove it. Just great piece of hitting. Got the barrel through the zone, stayed in the zone a long time, and for Rowe, that was just one that over his head. He got a good jump, but just wasn't going to be able to get to it.
Little was 2 for 5 last night, finds his first hit tonight, brings up Parker Griffith with 1 out. Trying to bring home the 6th run of the ball game for the Stangs. First pitch outside, finds the zone for strike 1. And a beautiful swing from Little. Took the outside pitch, drove it to Rowe, just over the glove. Got a bad read on it. 0-1 pitch goes upstairs to Griffith, so now a ball and a strike to the Bearcat catcher. Little did come around to score in the 4th, like I mentioned. 2 innings ago, that runs inside near the outer elbow of Griffith, gets out of the way. So now 2 balls and a strike. Finds himself in a comfortable hitter's count. Two-one delivery from Snyder. Goes inside once again, and that is going to clip Griffith, it looks like. So he's going to be plated on yet another hit by pitch issued by Snyder. It's now runners on the corners with 1 out for the Mustangs.
They'll take it anyway to get on. Now if you're Tyler Gundelfinger, got to find a way to drive in another run. Again, anything but the infield pop-up or the strikeout.
It is Tyler Gundelfinger. played it on a walk back in the fourth, lined out to center field, also looking for his first hit. Quiet night from the bats from both these squads. Little got stuff heated up to start with one out here in the sixth with his triple. There goes Griffith to second. That's going to drill Gundelfinger up in the upper shoulder area. So now back-to-back hit-by pitches. Snyder gets back to being erratic, and now the base is loaded with one out for the Stangs.
Now we'll really see how longer of a leash that Snyder has. And again, those same misses inside. He's letting his hand just be slower than the rest of his body, and that's why the ball is just coming out and falling away from him. He's got to keep everything same mechanical, keep that gear machine running. He's got to finish. He's not finishing right now, and you always got to finish as a pitcher because if one thing goes wrong, everything goes wrong.
One out for Logan Miller. First pitch goes in the dirt. Good block by Creek to keep it in front of him. Ball, no strikes to Miller. Miller so far tonight, 0 for 2. Grounded in a 6-4 play into third inning ending, and then a fielder's choice in the fourth. Hit by a pitch in the first as well. Another pitch goes in the dirt, blocked by Creek. So quickly 2 balls and no strikes to Miller, who's in a good spot here. An RBI chance with Little on third, Griffith on second. Gundelfinger trails at first as well. 2-0 to Miller. He's swinging, and it's a big pop fly into center field. Humphrey giving chase. He's going to make the catch. Tagging is Little, and he's going to score easily on the RBI sacrifice fly from Logan Miller. And the Mustangs lead it 6-2, 2 outs here in the sixth.
Great at-bat there from Miller. Knew the situation, got a pitch he knew he could drive. And he drove in a run, and that's just what they needed out of him.
Both runners stayed put as the throw came in quickly, allowing the Griffons to hold Griffith at second base. But it's Braden Lucart with 2 outs. Still Griffith on second base and an RBI chance. So Lucart got the single back in the fourth inning to start it off. Another hit here would be good for the Mustangs. Another ball in the dirt blocked by Creek for ball 1. Lucart extended his hitting streak to 11 games with his single back in the fourth. He's looking for his first RBI in the night. Puts a pop fly into center field. Humphrey initially went back. That's going to go a little bit more shallow-sided, and he makes the catch for the third out, leaving 2 on the base paths. But the Mustangs do get a run home on the RBI sacrifice fly from Logan Miller, and they lead it 6-2 here on YouTube. Here in the top of the seventh, Bronco Witt makes his third inning of play. We're going to get a look at what's happening around the Mink. Currently in Jeff City, it's the Kansas City Monarchs leading the Jefferson City Renegades in the bottom of the third, 3-1. And then in Chillicothe, the A's lead the Mudcats currently in the bottom of the sixth, 4-0. So just 3 games happening around the Mink League. As we are set for the top of the 7th inning, leading it off will be Cole Collins. As a pretty pink skyline fills the Phil Welch center field line. beautiful Saturday night. First pitch, called strike one on the outer half. Witt, a good bounce back inning. 1-2-3 back in the sixth after giving up the 1 run in the fifth. 0-1 just misses downstairs, evens it out at a ball and a strike to Collins. Collins has been hit by a pitch twice tonight. Also a ground out to Coy at short. 1-1, he's swinging in the dirt. Now a ball and 2 strikes on the leadoff man, Collins.
Always want to get that leadoff out, and after that rough 5th inning, here now entering his 3rd inning, Witt looks a lot more comfortable with his command, and is really starting to fool these Griffin hitters.
1-2 pitch to Collins, trails outside. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes to Collins. Two pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 3 on the leadoff man, Collins, to lead off the 7th. And that'll be strikeout number 3 on Bronco Witt's night out of the pen.
Great pitch there from Witt. And it's just a great spot and a great pitch sequence. He'd thrown it before and then he went back to it. I like it, and he got Collins to chase it twice.
Be the right fielder, Jordan Rowe, 1 out on the board. Nice strikeout from Witt. Looking to see if he can continue to mow down these Griffons. First pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. That last strikeout, taco time here at St. Joe. Rowe fouls it off on 1-0, evens it out at a ball and a strike. Rowe so far tonight, 0 for 1. Grounded out to Little back in the 1st inning. A walk and a hit by a pitch. And is following 2 at-bats. Finds himself a ball and a strike on Witt. Upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Witt from Maple Woods Community College, MCC in Kansas City. He'll be going up to Maryville to become a Bearcat this upcoming spring. 2-1 pitch. Up and inside, 3 balls and a strike to the 2nd man this inning in Rowe. 3-1. That slider is going to find the inside zone, and now it's a full count of 3 balls and 2 strikes.
The important counts to win. Got to get it. Avoid the walk.
The fat 3-2 pitch from Witt. Swing and a miss, and back-to-back Ks from Bronco Witt to start the 7th inning is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Mustangs.
That's another great sequence, able to fight back in the count. And right now, these Nevada hitters just aren't seeing that fastball well. They're just swinging over the top of it. Witt's been going back to it. It's been a lot more fastball than we're used to seeing and a lot less breaking ball.
2 quick outs brings up Bryce Humphrey. It was 0 for 3 on his night, a strikeout back in the 5th. Does have an RBI as he drove home Burton back in the 1st with a ground out. Quickly 0-1. Upstairs for ball 1. Ball and a strike from Witt. 2 quick outs, 2 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch, down in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-1 now to Humphrey. Two outs on the board. Mustangs looking to go 1-2-3 once again. Upstairs is the 2-1 pitch, and now quickly 3 balls in the strike. Look to see if Witt can work himself back to another full count. 3-1, a quick delivery, and another foul ball from Rowe. So yet again, full count. It's tonight's 3-hole hitter.
Witt's definitely been on a mission. Once he gets on the mound, he's been going. It's been all about timing for him and just finding his rhythm.
The payoff 3-2 pitch to Rowe. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and back-to-back-to-back strikeouts goes Bronco Witt in the 7th inning. And back-to-back 1-2-3 innings goes Witt after a dominant 3 innings out of the pen. Keeps the lead at 6-2. Your Mustangs still lead it here going into the bottom half of the 7th inning here on YouTube. Bottom of the 7th, your Mustangs still lead at 6-2. Back-to-back 1-2-3 innings from Bronco Witt. Back-to-back-to-back strikeouts there in the top half of the 7th inning. It'll bring up Dom Felix to lead it off in the home half of the 7th inning. And Felix, 0 for 2 on his night with a hit by a pitch in the 4th. Surplus of those given out. He was one of them. Looking to start it off here in the 7th inning. Still Snyder out on the mound for the Griffons. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. Griffons, no movement out in the bullpen just yet. Looking to just kind of keep those arms warm just in case. See if they want to pop someone out there as it quickly goes 2 balls and no strikes going upstairs to Felix.
I got to give credit to Snyder. He's battled out there. Again, it was just the one big inning where for some reason he just couldn't find the zone, because outside of that, he's just given up the 1 run. And he's given the Griffons plenty of length tonight.
Fouled off is Felix, so now 2 balls and a strike. That 4th inning was definitely a mess with those hit by pitches. But the triple from Jaden Little back in the 6th was the killer there. The only one that Snyder really looked rough on. 2 balls and a strike to Felix. He's going to get ahead inside. He's going to draw it down the left field line. It's going to fall fair. And Felix is going to stay put at first with a leadoff single down the left field line.
Great swing from Felix, and then great job by Collins, able to get over and cut that one off, hold Felix to the single. Now you got a leadoff man on. Now this is where the Mustangs are at their best.
Brings up Justin George, looking to continue the inning. George so far on his night, 0 for 2 is a hit by a pitch in the 4th. Ground out back in the 5th and a pop out to left field just on the inside half of the bat. Looking to see another good swing from George. Want to see the exact same swing that Felix just had. And there he goes. He goes on that inside pitch, but fouls it down the third base line for strike 1. George has got that big league power in his bat. Have not seen a big fly from him inside Phil Welch this season. No big flies at all. We're looking to see him put something into the gap. That one's going to get behind Creek, and that'll move Felix up to second base easily as the count goes 1-1. Runner in scoring position now for Justin George. Has a nice 1-1 count to work with. Snyder wanted to get that inside pitch once again. Just the release was off out of the fingertips. So now a ball and a strike. That's going to get past Creek once again, and there goes Felix in 2 pitches. He moves up to second into third. So now another run 90 feet away for the Mustangs. 2 balls and a strike now to George.
Tough last couple of pitches for Snyder and Creek. I mean, the first one, that one just thrown behind George. Nothing you can do about that one. But then another one that, again, Creek tries to glove it instead of just going over and blocking it with his body.
Runner 90 feet away, and Felix, the 2-1 pitch from Snyder. Fouled straight behind from George. Got behind on the fastball. Just got the bat just underneath it. Slipped it by on the foul ball. So now 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Little surprise Nevada's infield is not in here. Game is still within reach.
Just the 4-run deficit. They can tie it with the 1 hit if it is a grand slam. Ball in the dirt. Good save by Creek, but the count now is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Justin George. Right here, I just go ahead and throw it out. Plate George, get the double play back. You don't want to give up an easy run here on this 2 strike. We'll see what Snyder wants to do. And he is going to walk George on the inside half. So now runners on the corners, no outs. Justin George works the full count walk.
Now it's really the question of how much longer will Snyder be let out, because it's starting to look like last inning and that 4th. Commands eluded him. It's been the free passes all night. Just unable to find outs here in the 6th, 7th.
In the 7th inning, we're going to get a mound visit to Snyder. Gate opens up, and we are going to get a pitching change for the Griffons. No outs in the 7th. Runners on the corners for your Mustangs with a 6-2 lead, looking to add more here in the bottom of the 7th. It'll be number 18, Rhett Hayes. Looking on my stat sheet, looks like this will be his first appearance this season, pitching-wise for the Griffons. He's in a tough jam. There goes George to second base. They are going to throw down, and Creek and George going to swipe it easily. So now 2 runners in scoring position. It'll be Hayes' first batter to face in Frank Gall.
Yeah, Nevada, they got all they could out of Lucas Schneider. Now it's just about how much can Rhett Hayes just throw strikes, get outs. Again, a guy who's been asked to pitch. Not a pitcher, but Nevada out of pitching.
Snyder was looking a little fatigued, just need to get something else out there. Gall's going to be swinging on the 1-0 pitch. It's going to be popped up straight behind. Creek couldn't get it. He couldn't see it, it looked like. Trying to call off to get Hayes to come over, and that'll fall foul. Luckily for Gall, count goes 1-1.
Yeah, and that was one of those Creek. I mean, he was late to get his mask off, and then he just couldn't see it. Burton running in from first couldn't see it. The only guy who could see it was Snyder. That's why sometimes you got to talk, try to get there, but that's a long run. Gall has new life now.
1 ball and a strike to Frank Gall, the Missouri Western kid. Making his second game appearance since May 30th. 1-1, he gets all over it, and that's going to be lined into center field. Coming in to score, Felix. George being waved around third. The throw is cut off by Burton, and a 2 RBI single from Frank Gall meets Hayes on his first at-bat out of the pen.
Just a great swing, fastball inner half. That's one Frank Gall's not going to miss. That's just a great swing. Puts 2 more on the board, and that's what you want to see. Attacking early against this new arm, keeping the pressure on.
Opens the score up to 8-2, a 6-run deficit. Brings up Chris Coy, still no outs in the inning. Now Gall on first. Second time on the base paths. Reached on the fielder's choice in the 4th. That's going to get off the glove of Creek as it went up near the head of Coy. That'll plate Gall over to second base. So another RBI chance for the Mustangs here in the 7th inning. 5 team hits tonight for the Stangs. 1-0 pitch goes upstairs, 1-0. Hayes doesn't have that velocity that most of these pitchers have. That's what you'll see out of a guy who doesn't pitch predominantly. 2-0, Coy gets jammed on the inside half. He'll pop it straight up to Burton, who'll make the play for the first out.
That's when Coy's going to want back. He missed it. Didn't get out in front of it. Allowed that ball to get too deep. Got jammed.
He definitely will. He was seeing the pitches well out of Hayes. It'll bring up Jaden Little. 1 out. Trying to bring home Gall at second base. Gall came home to score back in the 4th. There goes Gall. Got a great jump on Hayes. Throw down from Creek. Not in time. And Gall gets his first stolen base of the night. Now a runner 90 feet away once again for the Mustangs.
Great jump. Hayes just didn't check on Gall. That's a stolen base on the pitcher right there.
Now a ball, no strikes to Little. Upstairs, 2-0. Little, infield back. Big depth from second base and shortstop near the grass level. 2-0, down and away. 3-0 quickly to Little. Looking to put that double play back in order. 3-0 payoff pitch to Little. Goes inside. And a 4-pitch walk given to Little. Runners on the corners back for the Mustangs.
Yeah, Hayes right now just struggling just to find the zone, even get strike 1 across. The more free passes you give, the more opportunities for a big hit to come Hayes' way.
And it brings up Parker Griffith. A big hit is something that Parker Griffith has produced many times this season. And that is going to drill Griffith on the first pitch, and it'll load the bases up via the hit by pitch. With 1 out, it'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Gundelfinger.
Plenty of bruises on Griffith's body. 3rd time he's been hit by a pitch.
3rd time,
Might want to ice his whole body after tonight.
Definitely will. Maybe throw some Epsom salt into that bath as well. He's going to be stinging a little bit. We'll bring up Tyler Gundelfinger, 9-hole hitter. Bases are loaded once again for the Mustangs. 1 out. Hayes losing a little bit of control. First pitch misses the zone for ball 1. Hayes so far this season, batting-wise, 55 at-bats, batting 200. 1-0 pitch lined over to third, and he's going to get the double play at third to end the inning. What a play on the hot corner made by Duval, and a line out to end it. He catches Gall sleeping on the line, and the bases are left loaded from Hayes, but the Mustangs do plate home 2 runs, and they take an 8-2 lead. Pitching change coming up out of the bullpen here on YouTube. Second pitcher out of the bullpen, it'll be Cade Perkins making his 7th appearance. Currently just 17 innings pitched on a 1.59 ERA, K-walk ratio of 15-2. A solid 3 innings of work from Mr. Bronco at 5 strikeouts, 3 hit by pitches, no hits from him. He had a solid outing, and now Perkins looking to close the final 2 doors.
Been very nice from Perkins. He's been a capable lefty. Now just has to probably get these final 6 outs.
6 out remains for the Mustangs, looking for win number 29 and 23 in the Mink. They're well in good shape. Still up 6 runs. This ballgame is not out of reach, nonetheless, for the Griffons, but they're definitely going to need to get something started. Just the 1 team hit, and that was the hit back in the first inning on the first pitch of the game off of Trey Burton. Mustangs have definitely kept him quiet the whole game. Big pop fly into center field. That one's tracing back, slicing over towards the right, but Lukehart, no problem once again in center field. He reels it in for the first out here in the 8th.
What you like to see out of Perkins coming out of the bullpen. Immediately tossing up strikes, tossing up outs. That's what you got to do. With a 6-run cushion, you can't pitch scared. You can't try to make the perfect pitch every time. Just try to induce that weak contact and get quick outs.
Bring up Trenton Creek. Creek so far 0 for 2, a hit by pitch in the 4th, popped out to center field to Lukehart in his last at-bat in the 5th. Quick 1 out on the board for Perkins. First pitch is going to be chopped over to second base. Gundelfinger fields it, makes the play over to Little in time for out number 2, so 2 quick outs from Perkins out of the pen. Brings up Griffin Duval. It'll be his 4th time coming to the plate. Currently 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the 5th, was walked in the 2nd, hit by a pitch back in the 4th. He's going to put a shot into right field. That is going to be just over the glove of Gundelfinger, and that'll get down in front of Gall. So just the 2nd hit of the night comes in the 8th inning off the bat of Duval. 2 outs on the board still for the Mustangs.
Nothing you can really do about that if you're Perkins. You made a good pitch. Duval was just able to muscle it over the head of Gundelfinger. Just wasn't able to get to it.
Brings up Cal Cozens. Cozens popped out to Braden Lukehart all 3 times he's been to the plate. Big swing and a miss on the fastball from Cade Perkins on his first pitch. Cozens, who was walked 3 times last night, has yet to find himself on base. Big swing and a miss once again on the fastball Perkins got him sitting nicely. No balls and 2 strikes. 4 outs left on the board for the Griffons tonight. Oh, 2 pitch. Just misses that outside edge. Ball and 2 strikes to Cousins. Mustangs looking to extend a 7-game win streak to 8. 1-2 pitch to Cousins. He's going to put a liner into left field. That is going to be a diving play in left field made by Logan Miller in an amazing way to end the 8th inning. Logan Miller showing out, and not the end of the 8th, going to the bottom of the 8th, but Logan Miller full extension in left field for the 3rd out. No runs on the board, 1 left on. We're headed to the home half of the 8th here on YouTube. Home half of the 8th inning. 2 runs last time came on the board for the Mustangs back in the 7th. And what a way to end the top half of the 8th from Logan Miller, full extension out in left field. Finally making his mark out in the outfield tonight. And hopeful to get some juice back on the bats as he'll lead it off here in the 8th.
Great play, got a great jump. Layout, it's always that question in the outfield. Are you going to slide, are you going to dive? That one needed a full head first dive, and it was absolutely a beautiful catch.
And here he is, the man himself, leading it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch misses for ball 1. RBI sacrifice fly for himself back in the 6th inning. Reach on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Was hit by a pitch in the 1st inning. Quickly 2-0 on him here in the 2nd. 2-0 pitch down in the dirt for ball 3. Miller has reached safely now 6th straight games on his season. Does it in all ways. 3-0 finds the zone for strike 1, so now 3-1 to Rhett Hayes, first batter here in the 8th in Miller. The 3-1 pitch. Catches the inside zone and now works it back to a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Logan Miller. Miller didn't like that one too much, but now he's got to protect. 3-2 pitch. That one's going to go straight behind. And a full count walk issued to Logan Miller. Gets the leadoff runner on base once again for the Stangs.
Logan Miller, one of the best leadoff hitters that the Mustangs have, and he shows it right there about his ability to work the leadoff walk, pass the torch, not try to do too much.
Be Braden Lukehart tonight. Got that single back in the 4th inning. He's flied out to center field in his last 2 at-bats. 5th time to the plate tonight. First pitch misses for ball 1. Miller on first. Was caught stealing going over to 3rd, but we'll see here if he wants to try and swipe over on second base. Lukehart gets a good swing. Just gets underneath it, puts a high end-overing pop fly to Humphrey in center field, who makes the catch for the first out.
He just waited on that one a little bit more. That one's probably in the right center up against the wall. Just got a little under it. Still a good swing. Fortunately, just a 1-for-5 night to show for it.
Dom Felix up next Singled back in the 7th to lead it off. Ended up coming around to score. Put it down the left field line, looking for another one as that one goes upstairs and misses for ball 1. Like to see Felix maybe catch an off speed here on the barrel. Would love to see him put one over the wall tonight at Phil Welch. Logan Miller on first still. 1-0 pitch. Once again upstairs, misses. Quickly 2-0 on Felix. Two-0 pitch to Felix, muscles one foul off the first base side. 2-1. 1 for 3 on his night. Was hit by a pitch back in the 4th and came around to score. 2-1 to Felix. Swing and a miss on the off speed. Just quickly 2-2 on Felix.
A little tardy there. Seeing the fastball well. Just got to wait on it on that outside half. If it's on the inside half, you turn and burn.
2-2 down in the dirt. Works a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That'll be a balk issued once again to Miller. That's the second time he's moved up to second base tonight via the balk. Now runner in scoring position once again.
And we have a guy like Hayes, not used to pitching. Always got to come set.
2 balls and 2 strikes. We'll replay that pitch to Felix. 2-2 outside. Good job by Creek to catch it. Now we're full at 3-2. See if the Mustangs can rally up another run for the 3rd straight inning. 3-2 to Felix. Runs inside, and he'll get plated via the walk over to first base. Second walk of the inning issued by Hayes. It'll bring up Justin George, who was walked back in the 7th. The second runner to come across the score on the 2 RBI single from Frank Gall. He's looking for his first hit on the night. So we're going to get a mound visit from the Griffons to re-talk to Hayes. 1 out on the board. You got the double play on the base paths. But with Miller on second base, you definitely don't want to put something into the outfield. You got the 9th inning coming up. I mean, up 6 runs. Mustangs look comfortable as ever. Just to get a little talk, ask what the guys want for dinner maybe. See what everyone's school they're running on college football 26 in their dynasty. Who knows? Who knows what these conversations could be about here at Phil Welch.
Definitely just trying to calm down Hayes. Getting back in the zone, probably just saying, hey, throw it over the plate, see what happens. When you're missing and missing, they're not going to hit it unless they're dumb enough to chase. But if you throw it in the zone, at least there's the attempt to try and hit it. And
it will be Justin George with 1 out. Logan Miller on second base with a RBI chance. George still looking for that first hit tonight. See if he can muscle one out here in the 8th. First pitch inside for ball 1 on JG. Queen Creek, Arizona native, William Jewell College in Liberty, Missouri. Big power threat for Hayes to deal with. He's going to put a big pop fly into right field. Rowe coming in on it. Trails up just enough. Miller's going to give a deke over, and he's going to stay put at second base. 2 outs on the board for Hayes. It'll bring up Frank Gall.
Goes to show, they throw it in the zone, good things will happen. George just missed it, and so far, I mean, again, when he's thrown strikes, Hayes has been able to fool these Mustangs hitters, and they haven't gotten good swings off of it.
Hayes just looking to continue to pound that zone. It'll be Frank Gall with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. Looking to bring home at least 1 run of these guys on base. Miller with that speed. Frank Gall, all he's got to do is just poke something out. Had the 2 RBI single back in the 7th. First pitch down in the dirt for ball 1. Nice to have Gall back in this lineup, another versatile player for this Mustangs this year. Gall's going to put a shallow pop fly to the left field side. Giving chase is going to be the shortstop in Cozens, and he'll make the over-the-shoulder catch for out number 3. 2 runners left on the base paths for the Mustangs. No runs come home this inning. But the Mustangs head into the 9th inning with an 8-2 lead here on YouTube. After Cade Perkins goes an inning, back in the 8th, it'll be Jace Johnson looking to close this one out. Jace Johnson been the man out of the bullpen to get that final 3 outs. Does have 3 saves. Now, this is not any save opportunity here. 17-2 innings pitched at that 1.02 ERA line, but a couple more zeros on the board. He could knock that down. And right now, Truman, I got all faith in the Mustangs team. I mean, up 6 runs. And with Johnson coming out here, it could almost be a no-doubter.
Yeah, your best pitcher on the mound. He's been the best relief pitcher in the Mink, one of the best pitchers in the Mink in general. You got your trust in a game that you're just looking to close out, send the folks home happy.
It'll be Ryan Welch down to the final 3 outs are the Griffons. On the brink of a 6-game losing streak here in the Mink as they're just trying to fight for that last playoff spot. First pitch from Johnson. Misses outside for ball 1. And the Griffons walked into Phil Welch with 2 games here, back-to-back. And as tough as it ever is to play here in Phil Welch, only 2 losses this season. The Mustangs have lost 20-2 at home so far. As dominant as ever here in Phil Welch. And they continue to show that tonight as Johnson finds strike 1. A ball and a strike to Welch, the 9-hole hitter. 1-1 deliveries. That's going to be lined into left field past the glove of Felix. And the leadoff single for Welch, his first hit on the night, team's 3rd.
Johnson likes to stay low in the zone, so if you're a hitter like Welch, you know in that you're not going to really be able to lift. He's not going to give you any elevation on the ball, so that's just what you got to do, just line it. That was just a good piece of hitting right there.
Was got that outside pitch, low and away, and he took it past into left field. So now look at this, maybe see a little bit of 9th inning magic, but now the double play for the Mustangs is in order. Brings it back to the top on Trey Burton. Misses outside, ball 1. Griffons have 6 runs to climb here in this top of the 9th. A big hill to climb with Johnson out on the mound. See if he can bounce back after the hit. 1-0 pitch is going to be fouled from Burton. So now a ball and a strike. Burton popped out to Griffith back in the 6th inning, his last at-bat. Hit by a pitch in the 5th, a ground out in the 3rd. And the first pitch of this ball game was taken into left field for a single. He ended up coming around to score. The only man to come and score those 2 runs for the Griffons tonight. 1-1 finds the zone. It's now 1-2 on the leadoff, on the number 1 hole hitter, my apologies, and Trey Burton. Atlanta, Georgia native kid. Playing his summer ball in Nevada, Missouri. 1-2 pitch from Johnson. He's just going to poke one out into right field. That one's trailing down the line. It'll get foul. It'll stay a ball and 2 strikes on Burton. Burton, like we mentioned, two-way player at college, pitched last night. He's been doing it all here in this last spring over at Lemoyne Owen College. Pretty much have him playing everywhere, out in the outfield, out in first base. He's also a left-hand pitcher. Man does it all. 1-2 pitch from Johnson is going to nail Burton on a 1-2 pitch, and now back-to-back base runners are on for the Griffons to start the ninth.
I think we might want to get rid of this batch of baseballs we're using tonight because every pitcher has just struggled with, I don't know if it's the grip, I don't know if there's not enough seams, but it's a very wacky night in terms of command for both pitching staffs.
It has been a surplus of hit-by pitches from both of these squads. Very unlikely from this, at least the Mustangs pitching staff from we've seen this season. The control, I mean, from guys like Witt, lost a bunch back in the fifth, hit 3 batters in a row. Back in the fourth, Dittmer hit 2 in a row, and it's just been a surplus. Fouled off on the first pitch. It's going to be, it'll be pinch hitting. It'll be number 36, Hunter Doyle for Cole Collins. Left-handed batter. They wanted to get that lefty-righty matchup here with a runner in scoring position with no outs. Big strike 2 pitch from Johnson. He's trying to answer back after that pinch hit move. Quickly 0-2. Johnson trying to fan his first out here in the ninth. 0-2 pitch. Just misses down low, and it looked good. But it'll go 1-2 on Doyle.
Not really sure where that one missed. Johnson lives at the knees. Guess it was just below the knees, more the shin level, but that's a great location.
Swing and a miss from Doyle. He goes down swinging on strikes. And the first out via the strikeout for Johnson. He's trying to leave him hanging at first and second. And it'll bring up Jordan Rowe. Doyle, who had a single last night in last night's ball game, gets his only appearance tonight, strikes out. Now it's up to Rowe to try and come through and bring home another run in for the Griffons. First pitch catches the outside zone for strike 1.
Got Alexi Johnson allowed the single and hit the batter, but he's still attacking that zone.
A 1 payoff pitch, swing and a miss from Rowe on the off speed, and quickly another 0-2 count for Johnson.
She's been going with the heater. He also has that slider. I think he just goes back to the heater.
0-2 to Jordan Rowe. Swing and a miss, and it's caught off the foul tip by Griffith. That'll be back-to-back strikeouts for Johnson, and now 2 outs on the board. The Griffons are down to their last out here in this week's homestand for the Mustangs.
That was the slider right there. Great job by Johnson. Pulled the string. Again, his slider just looks so much like that fastball, which looks like a cutter. That's a great second strikeout to get the second out.
It'll be pinch hit Xander Miller second time. The Griffons are going to a pinch hitter. It'll be a pinch hit for Bryce Humphrey. First pitch outside for ball 1. They're sticking with the righty-righty matchup on Johnson. 2 outs on the board. Still got Welch on second base, Burton on first. 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss from Miller. Fans sticking around here at Phil Welch for fireworks Saturday night. Swing and a miss from Miller. Another 2-strike count for Johnson, looking to get back-to-back-to-back strikeouts to end it here in tonight's ball game. 1-2 on Xander Miller, who came in to pinch it for Bryce Humphrey. Fans clapping along. Johnson sets and fires. Outside, misses. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Miller.
Yeah, it's on the slider. Just released a little too late. If he starts that slider in the middle half of the plate, it's really hard for hitters not to chase that.
The 2-2 pitch to Miller, fouled off once again, staying alive at the box. He keeps it 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Johnson knows how Miller hit that. He doesn't know, but That was a great pitch. That's what I was talking about. Slider start in the middle half. Just cuts away. Likes to go back to that cutter.
Johnson looking to get Miller fanning. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2 outs here at Phil Welch. Swing and a miss. Back to back to back strikeouts ends it here at Phil Welch. And your Mustangs are now riding an 8-game win streak with another home stand wrapped up here. 2 straight wins on the Griffons. They fall to a 6-game losing streak. Mustangs go to 29-5, 23-4 in the Mink, and the Griffons fall 8-21 on their season. Just trying to wrap it up here as we are going into our last week of Mink League play in the regular season before the next week in the playoffs. And another great win, Truman. Another big win against the Griffons. They're looking really nice and easy. A big road stand coming up for the boys. Definitely going to have to keep their head on their heels here coming into next week.
Yeah, definitely got a great road trip ahead of them. Some quality opponents. A lot of games, though. A lot of games. 6 games in 5 days. Couple of doubleheaders against Jeff City and against these Nevada Griffons. But this weekend, I mean, it was another 3 games here at Phil Welch. Another 3 games win. But it was a lot. It was a lot of later get in the season. You're looking forward to playoff time, but you've got to keep playing at your A game. Saw a lot of the A game. Pitching was fantastic this weekend, and then hitting was timely, and that's what you just like to see. Everything clicking. I mean, if you had to give one again, maybe not thing. It was just the defense last night, and then still the Mustangs still struggle to throw out runners. But again, it's in a lot of blowout games. They're not really looking to. But it was another solid 3 games here at Phil Welch. They continued the win streak. They continued to win in July, and right now, the Mink League playoffs are going to run here through Phil Welch, and the team that everyone's going to have circled is the Mustangs. But when you start winning, you have a lot of confidence, and this is good confidence that they had. It's not arrogance. It's good confidence that they know how to play, and they know how to play well.
They just go out and win games no matter what. That's the kind of motto they're on. Teams don't like them for a reason. It's because they go out, they win ball games. Tonight, your player of the game is going to be Parker Griffith. He was 1 for 1, 2 RBIs, 3 hit by pitches. That ice water is going to feel really good on that back that he's getting dumped on right now. And a stolen base on his night. Bronco Witt picks up the win. Lucas Snyder picks up his first loss on the season. But what a win once again. The boys go into that road stand. It's going to be a hefty week. Lots of baseball, lots of doubleheaders. It's going to be tough. I mean, they're going to have to come in with their A game, ready to come in sharp. And now discredit me if I'm wrong, but now the magic number 5 wins into next week for that Mink League top seed to come through at Phil Welch. It's going to be a fun one, and we're going to wrap it up next week. Only 2 games with us left on our regular season with you guys. That'll be next Friday and Saturday night. And Truman, any final thoughts on your night from tonight headed into the road stand?
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road trip.
Road trip. We got. You know, that's the one thing I will say. It's road trip. It's home stand because you're standing standing true at home, but then you're going on the road, so it's a trip.
Road trip.
You're not standing strong on the road. You're trying to win on the road.
There you
going
go.
into other people's buildings. So that's why, a little baseball terminology. But no, like I said, I mean, it was a great 3 games. Really playing some good baseball, and now you're really starting to figure out. But you got a lot of guys playing well. It's going to be hard to fill a lineup of just 9, and then who are you going to throw out on the mound? Because again, out of the bullpen especially, a lot of quality guys. But only 2 games left in the regular season, and only 2 weeks left in the whole season.
Crazy how fast it's flown by with you, Truman. But the Mustangs do pick up the 8-2 victory tonight, and they're going to be headed on a road trip starting tomorrow. And we'll be back here at Phil Welch next Friday night. We only have 2 games left with you guys. So next week, if you guys want to catch up on more Mustangs content, Reading with Rally, Mic'd Up, featuring our intern Charlie, who comes out with that with you guys. We'll have Filling Time with Phil Welch with me, Keaton, and Andrew. It was just me and Andrew this week. Into the Stables with intern Aiden. Lots of Mustangs content for you guys, even on the standstill with us next week. So be sure to give our YouTube channel a subscribe, likes. Go check out those videos, guys. We pump out so much for you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight with us. Mustangs once again win 8-2. They ride an 8-game win streak